Yeah, so thank you so much, Javier. And thank you all for taking some time. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce you to all my instruments. This is all from our culture. They're ancient instruments. They've been around with our ancestors for a long time. So I'm wearing this one here. This is the tooth of a whale. So the whale was stranded. It's a mother whale. And it comes from the bottom jaw. It was collected maybe 300 years ago.
Wow.
And then it's been passed down generations. And then we have this special instrument that makes the song of the mother whale. And we play with our nose too. There's lots of nose flutes in Polynesia. And so we play this in here for like a lullaby for our babies.
Mm-hmm.
And then this end, play with your nose. And this end here, you play with your mouth. And we play this in here when we have somebody in our family that passes away, that dies. And then we have a ceremony around death ceremony. Yeah, so I'm going to play here so you can hear. It's got a very soft voice. And then this end. And this instrument's called muru. And it's a good one. I wear this one here and do my work so that I can take the spirit of the whale. And whales are very special here. We have lots of whales. And the whales connect all of the whole world together because they sing the song lines of the whales. That connects all the nations. Actually, they sing these songs all around the world as they travel. And so I like the connection with the whales for everybody because the water is something that joins us also, and these beautiful whales that sing their songs. And so about this time of the year, the whales go past our place, and you see them migrating, and then they go down to the Antarctica. And so they're very special. So yeah, there's that one there. Whale tooth, nose flute.
Amazing.
Thank you. I'll show you these ones. These are shell trumpets. They're called putatara. They come from the ocean also.
Mm-hmm.
And we use these a lot in ceremony to begin the ceremony. And lots of cultures have that as well, like Africa, India, Himalayas, right through South America. Everyone has this one. And in Polynesia, we call it a putatara. And so it's a loud sound.
For what kind of ceremonies do you use it?
All of them. Yeah, like when we start, we always play the putatara. All of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right from like when a baby's born, we have ceremony around that as well. We play the putatara right through all of life's different occasions, and then right at the end as well, we play for our loved ones at the funeral as well, with this tangihana we call it, or crying ceremony. Yeah, so that's that one. These here are albatross
feathers.
Yeah, the albatross feathers from the albatross.
Wow.
Yeah,
it has an amazing sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful sound. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, this is the albatross wing bone. So, yeah, because what we do when the animals die is we always have a little ceremony around them as well, and we take care of their bodies, and then we take like the teeth or the wing bones, and then we make them into our music, and then so that we can honor those animals. We're not killing them. We just like when they die naturally, and then we find them. Then that keeps us connected to the nature. So this is the wing bone of the albatross. I'm gonna go over here and play it on this machine because then it's a bit more amplified and you can hear better. And then we'll do a sound check. Could you all hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
The sound was a little bit like on and off.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens on a
It
Zoom.
sounded
It's catching
like
up.
from
Yeah.
far away from the mountains.
Ah, yeah, nice. Yeah, so this albatross was as big as me. Its wings. Yeah, they're very big birds, and they glide in the ocean, over the ocean. They travel for thousands of kilometers as well. They don't really flap their wings much. They just glide, and they're masters of flying. We also use the bones to make chisels to do our tattooing, because the bones are really light and they're super strong. And so, yeah, those are what we use. This type of flute's called a korwowo. And I know too that most people in the world, these are the first musical instruments, was like the wing bones of birds. So most ancestors, even in France, they're using goose wing bones. And this is at a time before we would call ourselves from New Zealand, from France, everyone was like indigenous, yeah, or the whole world, and these are some of the original musical instruments. And so most of the time it's because our ancestors were eating the birds, and then after that they were starting to make some music with those different materials. Yeah, so that one, there's no reed, it's just a cross blow, so you got to find the sound. You got to and you'll see that there's 3 finger holes there, and that's how the bird holds onto the branch. Because a lot of our music comes from birds and bird songs. And yeah, so that's this is some of the knowledge around, like the music and the different stories that relate to the nature. I'm not too sure if you know about greenstone, but it's a type of stone that's in the river. And everybody has, we call it pounamu. So this is a greenstone from the river, and it's another type of flute. It's a beautiful stone that tells the story of the water. So these take thousands of years to form into this green color, and then we sand them at the river and make them into flutes. Yeah, so it's like a rock flute. And yeah, this makes the song of the water and the rocks and the relationship they have when for thousands of years those water's running over those rocks. And most of our people, they have pendants that they wear that are greenstone. And they come in different shapes and they're symbolic of different things. So I'll show you this quickly. These are some of the tools that we use for our carving. This one's to make boats. And that's the same again because the stone's really hard, super hard like steel. And yeah, that's the green stone. That's a toki. So yeah, this one's called a porotu pounamu.
How do you carve the inside?
Nowadays we just use machines, you know.
Uh-huh.
But our ancestors, they had they had a lot more time than we did, so they were mostly using other stones to carve and sands, and they had a very in-depth knowledge of how to use that type of technology. And some of our people still know how to do those things, but now we've got machines and, you know, we can do it much faster now. So we're using a lot of the machines and stuff now. So, yeah, takes a long time. Even with a machine, it takes a long time. What else have I got here? Oh, these instruments here, they're called putorino. And the shape of the putorino comes from the chrysalis of the butterfly. And we have a special type of butterfly here. It's it's a moth. It's a night moth. And so it's called a raukatoni moth. And she is our atua or goddess of music. Because we have gods and goddesses, but of the nature based.
Open nature.
Open nature, c'est toi là, open nature ici.
Ça, c'est l'accent néo-zélandais.
Yeah, the nature based. So yeah, our goddess of music, her name's Raukatoni, and you can see her face here, see? And so this instrument makes the sound of that type of the music's he tangi hotu hotu, he tangi moke moke, he tangi manoa. And what that means is it's the sounds that humans make when we are like sad or lonely, or when we go into the darkness, you know. So a lot of those sounds are like emotional sounds, like when we sigh, or when we're crying, and different things like that. So those are the first two: is sadness and loneliness. And when you're missing somebody, so someone in your family might have passed away, or maybe you're separated and somebody that you love's gone, or you've left, you know. So it's these very challenging emotions, you know. And then the last one's he tangi manoa, and manoa is your heart, and that is the song of your heart. When your heart is when you're doing something that you love and you're passionate and you're flowing and you're aligned, then we have this heart song. That's when our heart is beaming. Yeah, so these are the sounds that are in the instrument. So here's the hotu hotu. And the man, he tangi hotu hotu, he tangi moke moke. And then he tangi manoa. Yeah, and this one's made from a native tree, the rimu tree. It's a red type of tree. And when it's singing, it's also singing that song of that beautiful tree. So that one's sometimes in the nature that the night moth, she makes a double chrysalis, like a 2-story house. So then you have that type as well.
Excuse me, on the other one, on the previous one, there was a face. Does it mean anything?
So this is, yeah, because it has a story. This is Roka Tauri.
Aha.
She's our goddess of music, and it's the story about how she creates her cocoon at the night time, in the evening. And when she finishes creating her house, she's ready to start a family. So she comes to the top and she starts to sing to the moon, because it takes one whole moon cycle for her to create her cocoon. And so she celebrates her creation of her house by singing to the moon. And so the female voice comes first, and that's that song. And then there's another little face here, see?
Oh, yes.
Because that's the male moth. The male's much smaller than the female's, 3 times as big in the nature. And so when he hears her song, there's one moth in the forest that will be attracted to that sound. And he can be flying around. And then when he hears the song of the female, he starts to fly towards the female. And then when they come together, and then they create a family. So she sings him inside the cocoon. So he'll be flying around, and she has long legs. And when he gets close enough, she grabs him out of the sky. She pulls him into the cocoon, and then they come together, and then they have children. When the children are born, they make their way up, and then they start eating their way out of the cocoon. So that one there represents the children coming from her mouth. It's like coming from the mouth of your mother. You were born, into the world. Yeah, so that's the, those carvings, when you see carvings, they always represent stories that connect to the nature.
Amazing, very interesting.
Oh, thank you. We have lots of snails too. The ancient snails, they're really big snails that lived in the ocean, but now they live on the land. And we play them as flutes as well.
There's no work on it at all.
No, they're just natural. You just find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find them. So this one, they live in the flax bush. It's a type of plant and that our people use to do weaving.
Uh-huh.
And there's these special snails that live on those leaves. And when they die, they just fall off. Or a bird might eat them. And then you just find them. Sometimes it's quite rare, but you can, if you know what to look for, you can find them. And these ones here, these are from the ocean, these little ones. But yeah, they just come naturally like this. And because in Aotearoa, we also eat snails.
Yeah. So we could play them if we find them here. It's just the technique you have. Yes.
Yep. So what you want to do is find the ones with a round lip.
Uh-huh.
And then make sure that no one's living in there unless you're going to eat them. And then you just wash them, make sure there's no holes, because sometimes they'll have a hole in here, or you know, so you got to watch out. You want them to be complete. And then you just shape your lips the same as the shape of the mouthpiece, like. And then you want to try and like find the sweet spot, you know, so. And because they all sing differently. Yeah, so I just making the sound of the wind, you know, like a deep sound, like.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so yeah,
Thank you.
You can, if you live by the ocean, go have a look, because
Yeah.
now it makes going to the ocean totally different experience. Now you can find these shells and
Yes.
try and
A good lesson.
what
Thank
we
you.
do. You're welcome. What we do here in Aotearoa is when we get the sound, then we make a song, and then we give the song back to the ocean. You know, it's because we want to have a reciprocal relationship with the nature, so that we're giving back to the nature too. And it makes it a special relationship you can have through the music to the nature. Yeah.
We also eat snails here in France. We could try with escargot de Bourgogne.
Yeah, you can play those ones, because when I came to Paris one
Or
time,
bulot.
I was eating, and then after I played, because this little one here, my grandmother, they're from the sea. So she was eating them, and then she showed me, you can play them afterwards. Yeah. I think I'm gonna make some music for everyone to relax now, and maybe stop talking, because otherwise I can talk long time. And maybe we'll just go for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Great.
Because then I got to take my daughter to school. Yeah, so you just get comfortable, and I'm gonna use this machine. So I'll just show you quickly. These are all the instruments. And then I'm gonna use this machine. It's a looping machine. And then it makes it sound like we're in the nature, just so you know what's happening. And hopefully you can hear good too. I'll turn it right up. And then I'm gonna say like a little nature prayer at the start. And that's just talking about the power of nature for us. It's different to our religious prayer. It's not really about any religion. It includes all humans, because we're all from the nature, and it's just giving thanks to the nature, and help us to have a good sleep, and for us to have a good day here on the other side in the future. I hope you're all comfortable. This is called a porotiti. That's what's making the sound of the wind. And now we'll begin our nature prayer. Ta kiri ko te tako, ihi ko te manu. E manu korori, e manu korora. Orero tia mai no tua wagarere. Potia te po nama te a. E hia ke na tata kura te o e whakaheha. I he mauri o rahi. So I'm just going to invite us all to imagine that we're swimming in the ocean. So we're going to take the form of a fish and dive into the ocean. And you can choose any ocean, maybe where you grew up or where you went for vacation, any ocean that you have a connection to. And so yeah, for this part, we're just going to imagine we're going to swim in the ocean, and we're going to go out into the depths of the ocean, and we're going to meet the mother whale that this tooth would belong to. And so the last sound that we will hear is the song of the mother whale singing to us. And I'm going to invite us all to take just 4 deep breaths together. So our Maori name for inhale is hi. Just sounds like what it sounds like. Hi through the nose, and when I say me te ha, let it out long and slow like a soft summer breeze. Okay? And we're going to just take our mind's eye and we're going to swim in the ocean, and we're going to go right out to the depths of the ocean, and we're going to meet the mother whale. And perhaps you can imagine that you're so close to her that you can see her eye looking at you. You're looking right into her eye, and we're going to hear her beautiful song just to finish off for us. So 4 deep breaths, here we go. He, and hold it. Me te ha. And as we're swimming out in the ocean as a fish, we're in no danger, we're just swimming there peacefully. I'm going to invite you to leave behind all the things of your life. So leave behind all our possessions, leave behind all of our life story, leave behind our status in the society. And what we become as a fish is just the essence of our spirit and our soul. That's it. It doesn't have all this other stuff that we have just for this one moment. So leave those things behind and you become very light. So here we go. Second breath, in through the nose. Here. Hold it. Me te ha. And before we hear the song of the mother whale, I'm going to invite you to release one thing that doesn't serve you anymore. So it can be an emotion that's not good for us. It can be something that's bothering you, a worry, some stress. And when we let go of this breath, we're going to release those things. Just so we become a little bit lighter and not so heavy at this time. So here we go. Big one. He and release it. Me te ha. And last breath. He. Hold it. And release those things that don't serve us. Me te ha. And we're going to let those things go back to the Creator. And just for this moment, I'm going to ask you to put your hands on your pito. And your pito is your belly button. And the reason why I'm going to ask you to put your hands here for this last part is because that helps us to remember the time that we were joined to our mothers through the raudu and the pito, which is the umbilical cord. So anytime you don't feel in balance or you're feeling out of sorts, and you can always ground yourself by just remembering this time you were joined to your mother. In the whare tangata, which is the sacred womb of our mums. We're surrounded by that waitapu or embiotic fluid, and we're really safe in there. So we're gonna go back in time to that part of our lives and just sit in there for some time and just remember the time you were joined to your mum. And not to forget also, your mum was joined to your grandmother in the same way, and your grandmother to your great-grandmother. And you can follow your genealogy through these matriarchal lines all the way back to the first mother, which is Papa Tuanuku, our Earth Mother. Eh? And so it's a good way to connect and ground ourselves when we're not feeling good. Again, just breathe into this space. So that we're there with our mothers, we're there with our grandmothers, we're there with our great-grandmothers, we're connected through the sacred cord. And we're also there with the mother whale too, in the ocean. Nuia, kitea, poinga, ko wate, kia mama. Turu toku ai o mato te kore ka puta korangi, ka puta ko papa. Ka puta na tua he tia ki hei mana ki a tātou I nā waka tō. Ko wate, kia mama. Kai roto pū moto, kai roto kakau o te tiotara, kai roto korokoro tūrei, ka nā kau nui te pū manoa te tangata. Ki o pito, ki o waiwai, mau mahara te rārangi tapu kei wainga nui a koe mai a mama tuanuku ki a rangi. Werongo, whakairi a kirana ai. O turuturu I te waka maua kia tina. Ongi e uie, tai ki e. So we're just going to take another 4 breaths together, just really gentle. And during that time, you're going to come back from the water. You're going to say goodbye to the whale. And then you're going to come back to the beach again. And then back into your human self as well. Eh? So here we go. Hi, me te ha. Hi, me te ha. 2 more. Hi, me te ha. And last big one together. Hi, me te ha. And the last thing I'd like to share is just a little song. This song is about it's called Whiti te marama I te pō, the light of the moon in the darkness. And it's a beautiful song that we share with our children here, especially at night time. So it's like a lullaby for you all as you, you know, make your way to Dreamyland. And yeah, it's about also during dark times to remember that there's always a shining light there guiding you through the darkness. And yes, I'm going to sing that for you. Whiti te marama I te pō, I au I o mahi, e karu mo te mata te pō, e karu mo te mata te pō, I hiki ana e, te marama I te pō, I ana e, te marama I te pō.
Oh, we can see you out. Okay. Now, here you are.
Bravo.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you all
much.
so,
Bravo,
thank you all so
bravo.
much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for taking the time. I hope you're not late for your daughter.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's all worth it. Yeah, thank you, Javier. Thank you, brother. And
Thank you, brother. It was amazing.
oh, thank you. And I'm really just sending lots of aroha to you all, because I know it's really tough for you all. So this, as soon as Javier said do I want to do this, I was thinking of you all over there and sending lots of aroha, sending lots of love to you all.
Thank you. You're a great
Thank
musician.
Lots of love to all of you too.
Yeah.
Just want to say you something. I'm a
Yeah.
musician. And my mother's from Peru. And you say the shell, you call that putatara or something like that. How do you call the shell?
Yep. Putatara. Yep.
Putatara. And in Peru, we call it pututo, which is pretty similar.
Ah, wow.
Whoa.
It's
Pututo.
interesting. Yeah.
Pututo.
Wow.
And I was in the army in Tahiti, so I know the Maori people a little bit. And they have also, and they call it the poo, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
And so thank you. You're really a great musician, and I learned a lot. I think we'll learn a lot.
Yes.
Today.
Yes,
Thank you.
But
absolutely.
Thank
Do you do
brother.
performances?
Yep. That's how I met Javier a long time ago. I came to watch some of his music, and we were gonna do some stuff together. But I think that might be still for the future, eh, bro?
Yeah. after this pandemic is over, we'll do it.
Yeah, cool. I was actually meant to be in France right now, but sharing some music there. But then you know, everything changed.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. It was very, very
Yeah,
interesting.
it was amazing.
Thank you. Bless you all and have a beautiful sleep there.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Javier.
Thank you.
Okay,
Jerome.
take care. Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Bye bye.